Hello friends, myself Aman Jha. Welcome to our YouTube channel Techno Knowledge Skills. In the last video, we were just seen overview of some of the topics of C programming. So in this video, we are going to learn introduction of C programming. The outline of this lecture is to study the introduction of C programming, then BCPL language, then B language, then we will discuss some of the features of C language, then we will discuss the difference between the compiler and interpreter, then we will discuss various functions and header files that we will going to use in our C tutorial. Next, coming to the introduction of C programming. C is a programming language which was developed by Dennis Ritchie at Bell Laboratories, which was located in USA in 1972. Dennis Ritchie was also the co-author of Unix operating system. It was an advancement of previous language such as BCPL language and B language. Next, coming to the BCPL language. The full form of BCPL language is Basic Combined Programming Language. Martin Richards was the developer of BCPL language in 1966. It is a procedural, imperative, and structured programming language. It was originally intended for writing compilers for other language. However, it is no longer in common use. Next, coming to the B language. B is a programming language which was developed by Ken Thompson and Dennis Ritchie in 1969 at Bell Laboratories. B language was derived from BCPL language. Ken Thompson was also the developer of Unix operating system. B was designed for recursive non-numeric functions to design machine-independent applications such as system and language software. So, why C? Because it is used to build programming skills. This can be explained by some of the features of C language. So, coming to the first features of C language, that is procedural programming. It means programs are divided into different functions so that we can easily work with them. Next, coming to the second features, that is B language. It does make programming simpler, as much as simpler that a normal human being can easily understand. It also allow us to access system level features such as bit manipulation using bitwise operator, direct access to memory through pointers, writing assembly code within C language. Next, coming to the third features, that is system level applications. A popular choice for developing both system level applications like kernel, device driver, operating system, etc. Next, coming to the fourth features, that is software applications. We can also develop various software applications like games, editors, and also other graphics rich applications like Oracle, core libraries of Android, web browser, etc. In fact, most of the viruses are written in C. Unix operating system is also developed in C language. So, C language is used to build programming skills. Next, coming to the topic of the difference between the compilers and interpreter. A compiler reads the entire program at a time and converts it into object code and is also known as binary code and machine code that is understood by the computer so that computer can execute them directly. Next, coming to the interpreter. An interpreter reads the source code of a program one line at a time. It performs all the specific instructions contained in that line. So C is called a compiled language because this means that once you write your C program, you must run it through a C compiler to turn your program into an executable code that the computer can easily understand and execute them directly. Now, coming to the various functions and header files of C programming. Here are the some of the header files of C programming, that is stereo.h, mat.h, string.h, cdrive.h, etc. Then some of the functions of C programming are scanf, printf, malloc, sqrt, isdigit. The explanation of all these header files and functions we will discuss in the upcoming videos. So coming to the first C program. Here is the first C program that I have written to overview some of the points. Here I have used two header files, that is stereo.h, conio.h, and this is the preprocessor directive. And here I have written an include keyword which is used to include the header file. And inside the conio.h header file, I have written a main function, which is the entry point of every C program. The program starts execution from the main functions, and inside the main function, I have written a CLR function, which is used to clear the screen. And below this, I have written a printf function, which is used to print the output on the console inside its parenthesis. And below this, I have written a gauge function, which is used to hold the output screen, that is console output screen. So the output of this printf function is hello world, because inside the parenthesis of printf functions I have written a hello world. So the output is hello world. Next, coming to the hash include stereo.h. Hash is a preprocessor directive. Preprocessor job is to replace the text with actual content with start with hash symbol. Preprocessor replaces before the compilation begins. Output of preprocessing is expanded source code. Here I have made a diagram to explain you in brief. Here I have written a source code, and here is the expanded source code. So with the help of preprocessor, the source code converted into expanded source code, and with the help of compiler, the expanded source code converted into the machine code. Next, coming to the explanation of previous program. Here is the explanation of previous program. In the previous program, I have used some header files and some of the functions. So I am explaining you one by one. So in the previous program, I have written a stereo.h header file. Stereo.h header file is a standard input output file. Actually dot h is a header file which contains declaration. So stereo.h contains declaration or prototype of functions like printf and scanf. And next, coming to the conio.h. Conio.h is console input output header file. It contains the declarations of the clear functions and get functions and also the other functions. And inside this, I have written a CLR function which is used to clear the screen. And below this, I have written a printf function which is used to print the contents of its parenthesis. Whatever we write inside its parenthesis, it will print on the output screen. And below this, I have written a scanf function which is used to print user input at runtime. Whatever the user will input at runtime, it will print on the console output screen. Below this, I have written a get function which is used to hold the console output screen. So here I have explained some of the header files and functions. In the upcoming videos, we will going to use different methods and functions, then I will explain according to that. So if you like the videos, please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.